Steinhoff is a South African retailer, a multinational company that operates in the retail and household goods sectors. In 2018, Steinhoff made headlines when it reported a shocking $4 billion operating loss for the fiscal year ending September 2017. Markus Jooste was the company's CEO at the time. He was also a man with a dark secret. For years, he had been cooking the books at Steinhoff, and eventually his lies caught up with him. The company collapsed, and thousands of people lost their jobs and their life savings. It was a devastating blow to the South African retailer, and it all started with one man's greed. In this video, we will explore Markus Jooste's life and how he masterminded what is considered to be the biggest corporate scam in recent times. This is what happened. This is his story. Let's dive into it. Early career and rise to CEO. Markus Johannes Jooste was born on January 22, 1961, and is a South African businessman who formerly served as the CEO of Steinhoff International. He is known for his interest in horse breeding and was previously reported to be one of Africa's wealthiest individuals, with a net worth of $400 million. Jooste's father was a postal worker who had a passion for horse race betting, which influenced Jooste's own interests. He graduated from Afrikaans Hoër School in 1978 and then earned a BACC degree from Stellenbosch University in 1982. He completed his honors degree at the University of Cape Town while also completing his CA/SA articles at a company owned by Christo Weiss, a South African businessman and former billionaire. Markus Jooste began his career as a chartered accountant and worked for the South African Revenue Service, SARS, in Pretoria. As he rose through the ranks, he eventually became a deputy director and was responsible for setting up a special investigative unit. During his time at SARS, he gained valuable knowledge about tax laws, which he later used to structure Steinhoff's finances in a way that minimized the company's tax burden. In the 5 years leading up to 2015, Steinhoff's average effective tax rate was just 11.2%, significantly lower than South Africa's corporate tax rate of 28%. Jooste took great care to ensure that Steinhoff paid as little tax as possible. After becoming a chartered accountant in his 20s, Jooste was appointed as the financial director of a publicly traded company. He later became the financial director of Goma Goma, where he met German entrepreneur Klaus Dahn, who mentored him in business. Jooste convinced Dahn to merge his business with Bruno Steinhoff's company in Europe and to list Steinhoff International on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange in 1998. Jooste and Dahn served as ex officio directors of Steinhoff International from 1988, and Jooste became the CEO in 2000. As CEO, he grew the company through acquisitions of a number of startups, transforming it from a small furniture manufacturer into a major corporation in the furniture industry. In The Cult of Markus, a chapter of Rob Rose's book, Steinheist, Markus Jooste, Steinhoff and SA's biggest corporate fraud, Rose reflects on the early career of Markus Jooste. Quoting Christopher Rutledge, Rose writes, "It was concerning that Markus had a tight-knit group around him who were unwilling to question his decisions, and who all came from similar backgrounds, wanting to maintain the hierarchy. Markus was untouchable." Steinhoff's collapse and the role of Markus Jooste. Steinhoff's collapse in 2017 was a major event in the business world and was caused by massive accounting fraud that was uncovered at the company. The scandal also led to the resignation of the company's CEO, Markus Jooste, and sparked multiple investigations. Jooste was once a revered business genius, hailed as the man who turned Steinhoff, a small South African furniture company, into a global conglomerate, but it all came crashing down when it was revealed that he had been running the biggest corporate fraud in South African history. The fraud involved the overstatement of the company's financial statements, including its revenues and profits, and led to a significant loss of shareholder equity and market capitalization. The events leading up to Steinhoff's collapse began in 2015, when German authorities raided the company's offices in connection with the tax investigation. Although the company's share price took a slight hit following this news, it recovered in 2016. Steinhoff's offices in Westerstede, Germany were raided by Oldenburg authorities over concerns about the balance sheet treatment of transfers to subsidiaries or third parties. Following the raid, Steinhoff transferred its primary listing from Johannesburg to Frankfurt in December of 2015, citing the majority of the company's stores, customers, and revenues being in Europe. However, in 2017, it was revealed that there were major accounting irregularities in Steinhoff's financial statements, with an overstatement of group sales of $7 billion. This led to a significant drop in the company's share price and increased concerns about the company's debt. It was later discovered that the accounting fraud at Steinhoff involved the use of off-balance sheet entities to obscure losses and inflate earnings. Markus Jooste, who had been CEO of the company since 2000, played a central role in the scandal, as he had been involved in numerous acquisitions and had a significant influence on the company's financial decisions. Steinhoff made several notable acquisitions, including Conforama in 2011 for $1.2 billion, Mattress Firm in 2014 for $2.4 billion, and Poundland in 2014 for £597 million. Despite being partially funded with Steinhoff shares, the high premium paid for Mattress Firm raised questions from independent analysts. In 2015, Steinhoff acquired Pepcor for 63 billion rands from Christo Weiss and his Brate holding company, leading to suspicions of insider trading. The consequences of the Steinhoff scandal have been significant for the company and its stakeholders. Shareholder equity and market capitalization have both plummeted, and the company has had to sell off many of its subsidiaries and assets in order to pay down its debt. Many investors, including large institutional investors, have lost significant sums of money as a result of the scandal. In addition, the company's reputation has been severely damaged, which could have long-term consequences for its ability to attract customers and investors. Markus Jooste's fall from grace. Markus Jooste's fall from grace was swift and dramatic. In the wake of the scandal, Steinhoff's share price plummeted, falling from a peak of ZAR 95 per share to ZAR 1.26 per share. In the aftermath of the Steinhoff collapse, Jooste faced multiple investigations and lawsuits. He resigned as CEO of Steinhoff and also resigned from his positions at other companies, including Pumalala Gaming and Leisure, Kenilworth Racing, and Mayfair Speculators. Jooste also submitted his resignation as a chartered accountant, but the South African Institute of Chartered Accountants, SAICA, rejected it and instead suspended him pending the outcome of disciplinary proceedings. As CEO of Steinhoff, Markus Jooste, who once described himself as Robin Hood, became extremely wealthy. Most CEOs accumulate wealth by holding a large stake in their company and watching its value grow, as Koos Becker did at Naspers. However, in Jooste's case, he not only held shares in Steinhoff, but also received a significant salary and bonuses. According to the Financial Mail, Jooste's total pay over 15 years amounted to a staggering $36.6 million, including $15.8 million in bonuses. The majority of this pay, $40.6 million, was received between 2015 and 2017, which is also the time period in which Jooste's inner circle is alleged to have engaged in questionable deals overseas in Germany and Switzerland. While Jooste, as a shareholder in Steinhoff with 68.9 million shares, has also suffered from the company's 91% drop in share price in recent years, his overall wealth remains significant. The scandal had a significant impact on Jooste's reputation and legacy. Prior to the collapse of Steinhoff, he was seen as a successful businessman and one of Africa's richest people, with a net worth of $400 million. However, the revelation of the accounting fraud led to widespread criticism and condemnation of his actions. Jooste's reputation was further damaged by allegations of insider trading and the destruction of Steinhoff's electronic records, which hindered the investigation into the fraud. In the years following the Steinhoff collapse, Jooste has faced numerous legal battles. The National Prosecuting Authority of South Africa has been slow to charge Jooste. However, in 2022, he was formally charged by German prosecutors for alleged balance sheet fraud and is set to go on trial in Germany in 2023 at a date still to be announced. He has also faced lawsuits from Steinhoff shareholders seeking damages for their losses. These events have further tarnished Jooste's reputation and legacy, and he is now remembered more for the scandal that brought down Steinhoff than for his previous business successes. We hope you found this informative. If you have any thoughts or reactions to the video, please share them in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like it and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching.